problem statement. You can note it down.
Yes, sir.
Visible, sir.
Yes, you can note it down. Now you need to try this one. You need to try. I will give you some hints. First, note down the problem. Note down the problem statement. Okay, a wall of a furnace wall is made up of inside layer of silica brick 120 mm thick. Okay, covered with a layer of magnesite brick 240 mm thick. The temperature at the inside of the surface of silica brick wall and outside surface of magnesite brick wall are 725 degrees Celsius and 110 degrees Celsius respectively. The thermal contact resistance between the two walls at the interface, okay, the value itself is given. Thermal contact resistance value is 0.0035 degrees Celsius per watt. Unit per degree Celsius per watt per unit wall area, that is per meter square area what they have given. If the thermal conductivity is of silica and magnesite bricks are 1.7 and 5.8 watt per meter degree Celsius, calculate, you have to calculate these two things. The rate of heat loss per unit area of the wall. So area of the wall is not given, it is given per unit. Per meter square we have to calculate per meter square. Temperature drop at the interface. Temperature drop at the interface. Okay. So now this is the problem statement. You try to read it and draw the diagram. Just I want to see how many of you can draw it correctly. Note it down fast. You need to solve the problem as well. Note down fast, okay? Yes, I think you have noted it. Now try to draw the diagram. The diagram should be simple. There are two layers of brick. Okay, inside there is see this temperature at the inside of the surface 725 degrees Celsius. Outside surface wall is at 110 degrees Celsius. So this temperature difference is between the two wall layer. So if you see, this is the layer of the wall. Okay, so it is made up of two materials, silica and magnesite. Properties are given for both the cases A and B. Okay, so T1 is 725 degrees Celsius, T2 and this is T3. So there is drop in temperature. This is because of thermal contact, imperfect contact between the two layers. Okay, then this is T4. So you have to find out this temperature drop. Correct? So for that, what we have to do is we have to use the equation. That Q is equal to delta T by RTH. The same equation we have to use. Okay. So before that, first we'll just note down what all things are given. LA is given, LB is given. This is 120 and 240 mm. K for this material layer is 1.7. Thermal conductivity value. KB is 5.8. Okay. So the rate of heat loss per unit area of the wall means it is like we are finding out Q value. So Q value we can find out individually or overall. If I want to consider overall, what should be the equation? Q is equals to delta T overall and RTH overall. So delta T overall is, this figure will show that T1 minus T4. Okay, and RTH overall, if you consider RTH overall, RTH for this layer, thermal resistance for this layer, and thermal resistance because of this temperature drop, and thermal resistance because of this layer. So totally three things will be considered. See here, Q is equals to delta T overall, that is T1 minus T4 from first layer to last layer, divided by RTH for the first layer, RTH due to that contact resistance, this is known as thermal contact resistance, and RTH for the layer B. Okay, so Q is equals to T1 minus T4, LA is given, KA is given, area is per unit area. Okay, so all the things are given, just we have to substitute and calculate this Q. T1 is also given, T4 is also given. So substitute and find out. It is given that per units per meter square area we have to find out. So you can take A to be 1 meter square. So substituting and considering this, heat flux is equal to heat transfer rate divided by area, we come to know that Q is equals to this 725, okay, minus 110 upon these values. So you can find out the heat flux to be so much. Okay, or heat transfer rate per meter square area or heat flux. Okay, so next is we have to find out the temperature drop, T2 minus T3. We have to find out T2 minus T3, that is second thing. To find out T2 minus T3, you can only consider only the temperature drop due to the contact resistance. Okay, so you can rewrite the equation. this Q by A or heat flux will be equals to T2 minus T3 upon RTH contact resistance. So the equation is rewritten so that we can directly calculate the temperature drop. Okay, so it is the same equation, Fourier's law equation only, it is modified. Q is equals to that Ka dt by dx, that equation will be there. From that we have modified and we have obtained the modified equation, that is thermal contact resistance equation or thermal resistance equation. So that equation is rewritten. Okay, I think yesterday also this equation only it is rewritten. RTH is taken this side, Q is taken this side, only that is the change. And we are talking only about the temperature drop. Instead of T overall, it will be just T2 minus T3. So here we will be just, here we want to concentrate only between 2 and 3. So the equation will be modified accordingly. So RTH contact resistance, that is T2 minus T3 upon Q by A. So T2 minus T3 upon Q. So T2 minus T3 is equals to RTH contact resistance between A and B and into this heat flux. So the value comes out to be 18.68 degrees Celsius. Okay, remember this is temperature difference. We are not finding out T2 individually and T3 individually. Very important point. We are not finding out them individually. So just we are finding out delta T. If you want to find out T2 individually, you can find out. Okay, also you can find out T3 individually. Okay, both we can find out individually, not a problem. Definitely no problem. So how to find out a T2 individually? Can anybody just tell me how to find out T2 individually? Looking at this figure or the given data, how to find out T2 individually? Yes. Just anybody can tell me. I want to know the value of T2 individually. Either you can calculate and tell me or just tell me the procedure.
Sir, Q is equal to T1 minus T2 divided by RTH.
Correct. What is the answer? Can you just tell me? And Q value is same, no? As we have calculated once, the Q value is same. Q value is same. It is not going to change every time. So this is the Q value. Capital Q or small q, both are same because area is 1 meter square. Just tell me the answer.
So T2 is equal to 349.
349. Okay. Can just somebody else also confirm? We want to confirm. Somebody else who has calculated.
349.40.
Okay, so in the same range. So can anybody just tell me how to find out the other value? Other value is T3. How to find out T3? Already we know the value of T2 minus T3. Just take the difference. So you'll get the answer. You'll get the answer, correct? So this is how you can find out the values individually. Correct? So I think you have got no fair idea how to solve the problem. Okay, note down this problem as well. Note down fast and draw the diagram. note down it fast, and just write down or draw the figure, appropriate figure. I hope you have noted down. A mild steel tank of thickness 12 mm contains water at 95 degrees Celsius. The thermal conductivity of mild steel is 50 watt per meter degree Celsius, and the heat transfer coefficients for the inside and outside of the tank are 2850 and 10 watt per meter square degree Celsius. Okay, so the heat transfer coefficient between the inside fluid and the inside wall surface is so much, and outside fluid and outside wall surface is so much. Okay, if the atmospheric temperature is 15 degrees Celsius, calculate the rate of heat loss per meter square of the tank surface area, the temperature of the outside surface of the tank. Okay, so you try to draw the figure, do it fast. Okay, just see there is one layer of steel material, and inside outside we have this thing, air and water present. Okay, so this is a kind of a glass or any such structure. So hot water is present, the temperature of hot water is given, hot fluid. Outside air is present. So we have here hot temperature, hot fluid temperature THF, cold fluid temperature TCF. So HHF is heat transfer for the hot fluid, HCF, which is outside, the heat transfer coefficient for the cold fluid. So initially there is convection from hot fluid to the inside wall surface of the steel, then conduction through this thickness, then again from the outside surface of this steel wall to the outside air, again it is convection. So it is convection, conduction and convection. Okay, so rate of heat loss per meter square of the tank surface, Q is equals to delta T by RTH. So delta T, if I want to note it down for overall, delta T will be cold fluid temperature minus hot fluid temperature minus cold fluid temperature, means the first temperature of the liquid and the last temperature of the air, extreme inside temperature to extreme outside temperature. And as I told you, it is the thermal resistance from the heat transfer is happening by convection. So convection thermal resistance first, then conduction thermal resistance second, third is again convection thermal resistance. So based on this, summation RTH for overall, so that is 1 upon HA. So here H value is HHF, hot fluid heat transfer coefficient, and area value, plus L by Ka, this is conduction resistance, again outside convection resistance, 1 upon HCF A. So you can just take out area term outside common. Okay, so if you take out common, you know the value of area is 1 meter square, because we are finding out for per meter square. So just you have to substitute and find out the value of Q. Okay, that will be Q watt per meter square. So you'll get so much after substituting and simplifying. So here if you notice the change here is, here there is conduction heat transfer involved and convection heat transfer. Both the modes of heat transfers are involved. So the Q value is so much. Okay, now here it is asked to find out the temperature of the surface of the tank T2. So here this temperature is required to find out, T2. Can anyone tell me how to find out this T2? Just can anyone tell me how to find out the value of T2? T2. Just think and tell. Just think and tell. You can make use of the value which is Q already found. The value of Q is already found. So you can make use of that value. Think a little bit, you will get the answer.
Sir, Q is equal to
Yes.
T1 minus T2 divided by L by K.
L by K. So what about the T1 temperature? Do we know T1 temperature?
Sir, fluid temperature. That is.
No. Fluid temperature is THF. This is inside wall surface temperature. THF is given. THF is 95 degrees Celsius. Correct? THF is 95 degrees Celsius and the outside air temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. They have not given T1 and T2, which are wall layers. Okay. You can imagine a steel cup inside which tea is poured. There is tea present inside. So that steel cup, it will be having some thickness. Through the thickness of the steel cup in which tea is present, imagine that. So tea is hot. From hot tea, the inside wall surface gets heated. That is convection. Initially convection. Then from the thickness, then from this thickness, from this temperature to this temperature, it is conduction. Okay, so we are considering that fluid is at temperature THF and this inside surface is at temperature T1. Outside temperature of this surface is T2. So they have asked to find out T2. How to find out T2? You can use the equation what you have told, but the value of T1 we don't know. The value of T1 we don't know. Can we find the value of T1? Is there any solution? How to find out the value of T1? If you can tell me, then. But always we have to solve the problem with the minimum number of steps. That is one thing we have to take care. Right? Yes. Others also can try. So Q is equals to, I'll write down, THF minus T1. This is one of the way what I'm trying to explain. There are different ways to find it out. Okay, if I consider this, I have to consider just the first layer. So the first layer is RTH, that is due to convection. Okay, inside fluid and the inside wall surface. Okay, so you know the value of THF, you know the value of Q. T convection for the first inside layer, inside hot fluid to the inside wall surface. So this value, how do we find out? RTH convection, I can find out the equation is 1 divided by HF into area. So this is for the first layer, inside layer. So you have to find out this, substitute here find out the value of T1. Find out the value of T1. Okay. So Q value you need not find once again, that will be same. So you have to find out for this. Okay. So we can see here I am talking about this. So substitute this 1 upon 2850. The value if you substitute here, you will get the value of T1. Then what you told, you can use Q is equals to T1 minus T2. Now you know the value of T1. Using the value of T1, you can find out the value of T2. Okay. RTH, that is due to conduction resistance. The value of conduction resistance, how do we find? Again, we have standard equation which we are using. So this is equals to L divided by K into area. So again, area is 1 meter square. The thickness of the wall, if it is given, you can use it. So it is given 0.12. So that value you use it and find out the value of T2. This is one way. The other way is directly start from the outside fluid. Use this equation. If you start from outside fluid, I can write down Q is equals to T2 minus TCF. This is another way. Okay. So here divided by the thermal resistance due to outside layer, that is due to convection. Outside fluid is present, this is due to convection. So for this case, what I have to use is RTH convection. Okay, this is equals to 1 divided by outside fluid heat transfer coefficient value into the area. So using this equation you can find out directly. If you want to use this equation, then you have to find out T1 temperature. So here already you know the value of Q, you know the value of TCF, you know the value of this RTH convection. By using this equation you can get it. So finally you can find out this value T2. Okay. So I think that is the way you can find out the answer T2. Also you can find out T1. So using all the equations you can find out. So here it is used simply Newton's law of cooling. This way it is used. So this is one more method. Q is equals to HA delta T. Q is equals to HA delta T. And if you know that outside fluid and outside wall surface heat transfer coefficient, that is HCF, and T2 minus TCF, and Q value is known, HCF value is known, TCF value is known, we have to find out T2. So T2 value is so much. So either you can use this method, okay, or this method to find out T2, or even this method. Just find out it any method, you will get the same value. You will get same values. Okay. Yes, I think that's all for today. You can give your attendance and we will stop the session. Okay.